Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an electric bike that has a retro look to it. This is just an amazing looking bike, and it's our first orange bike on the channel. Let's take a look at the CityRun. Now the CityRun has a 500 watt motor, has a range of 40 to 45 miles with pedal assist, depending on, again, the type of pedal assist mode that you're running. 34 to 40 miles electric only, right? And this is going to be based on weight, based on conditions, it's going to vary. And it has a max load capacity of 300 pounds. And it's going to support relatively tall riders as well, as you can see, over 6 feet. 21 miles per hour is the top speed on this, and it does have a 7-speed Shimano system. Hydraulic fork, which is nice. It also has LEDs. It also then has, again, the ability to have right and left turn signals, which is something that I really, really like. The fact that it could go left or right just by flipping a switch is actually very nice. It does have puncture resistant tires, and then also has pedal assist, and it's very relatively light at 61 pounds, and it does have an IPX4 rating. Let's go ahead and take a ride and see why we like this bike so much. Now, the first thing that we'll highlight on the CityRun is the fact that this does have 26-inch by 2.5 Chow Yang tires. Now, this has a 500 watt motor. You can see that right there. It's going to give you great range. It's app enabled, and you can see here on the back that it does have a Shimano 7-speed system that we're going to see in a couple seconds. Now, in the back of the CityRun, you're going to notice that we have this nice mounting system. This is going to be able to carry all the way up to 300 pounds, all right? So the max load for this bike is 300 pounds. And you combine with groceries or goods that you can have here mounted in the back, and you can put like a basket or anything else here on the back to help you with carrying this. It does have the ability, or there are some accessories where you can have a front mounting basket as well that gives you a lot of use when it comes to the bike. Now the bike does have a traditional saddle. I like the color. I like this kind of like tan look. Very comfortable to ride, and it does have an easy way to adjust, raise the seat up or down. Now this is a step-through model. One of the things that you'll notice in this area here that you do have the ability to have a drink. So if you want to have something here. Because you have that rack in the back, if you want to remove this, all you have to do is take out these screws if you want to make it easier for you to get on or off, or you can leave it in place. Now on this side of the bike, what you're going to find is you have your power adapter area here that you'll put in. The battery is kind of concealed in the very bottom, so that's really nice as well. And then as we pan over, you'll notice that we have the adjustment here for your fork. Both in the front and the back, you do have some worry-free, I would say plastic, not metal fenders, which is going to be great, especially if you're riding this in the rain or you're in a dirty terrain. You don't have to worry about it. Now you do have a very large front-facing LED, and the LED here is pretty cool because it also then has the HEYBIKE logo right here at the very bottom. So this turned on, and you can see it's pretty bright. You can turn this on manually without even turning on the bike. So if you're just using this in, I would say, human mode without any kind of electric, you can flip the switch, that little light is going to turn on. Now removing the battery is pretty straightforward. Here's your keys, and that's all you'll use your keys for, and that is to put your keys here, you turn it, there's a little level right here that allows you to pop out the battery if you want to take it with, or if you want to charge it without it being inside of the bike itself. Now this bike does have that retro look. Love how high up the handlebar rides, and also how spaced out things are. You do have on each side palm rests, and we'll go ahead and bring one of those into view right here so you can see that. So here's the palm rest. Has kind of a leather-like material. It stays in place when you put your hand here. This area here is going to support your wrist really well. And then you have all of the controls. We're going to talk about these because there's a lot of functionality. Now there's a couple things going on here. First of all, you see really nice cable management going on here. Your display, even though it's off, it does say that it's off. And what you have is a lot of controls here. So you can turn on and off the actual headlamp without having the bike on, which I found is interesting. And you can also use the horn with the bike off. So that is also really nice. There's some other functions that work with the bike off, because in the event that you're using this as a traditional bike and don't want it powered, you do have right here your left and right markers for turning right or left. And one of the things that you'll notice here in the front, and let's go ahead and turn, let's see if we can get that in camera. We'll have to do a front shot, but the marker right here is also available on the headlamp. So the headlamp is also flashing. All right, so let me show you what I was talking about here. So see, it's flashing in front and flashing in the back. So you can see your left and right. And again, the bike is completely off, but you can still have full function of the actual controls that allow you to use this as a traditional bike. And because of the look and the way you know, the battery is tucked away, it does look a lot like a traditional bike. Now in the back of the bike, you'll notice that the markers also work, and again, they're synchronized with the front. And if I press the brake, that's the only thing that you're not going to see unless the bike is on, but you'll be able to still use these markers turning left and right. Now when you do turn on the bike, you get a really nice display. So you have the HEYBIKE logo in the back. You see how nice and bright that LED is. If I press the brake, now it's lighting up. And then again, you still get that with the left and right marker. Really love how bright and also how informative this display is. Now in the front here, we have the front facing display. Again, this is a first run bike. It has been under embargo, so we haven't taken it out yet. We'll be taking it out and going on a maiden ride. So we're doing first our internal review of the product. And again, super duper large display. It is Bluetooth enabled and app enabled. And I think that this is one of the first times that we've seen an app with HEYBIKE. Now, if we were to come over here to the side for a second, you can see on the controls, you do have some cool things going on here. So first of all, you can turn on and off your headlamp. You also then have other things right here that we're going to press. Now, as we push the controls here on the side, watch what's going to happen. Take a look at what's going on right here. So you're able to go through different displays. Now, again, we just unboxed, we put it together, we haven't gone on a ride yet, so all the numbers are going to be very low, or they're going to be relatively set to what the factory was. So you're able to see everything that's going on, watts for the motor that's being used, and then also your distance, and then also your odometer. You can also then, if we go in here, you'll notice at the very top you have max, here you have average, and then you're going back to the speed. You can see the Bluetooth LED, you see the headlamp on, and then again, more information about the bike and the battery. Now, we did say that this is the first time that we've actually experienced an app with HEYBIKE, and here's the app here. So you do have the ability to lock and unlock the bike. The start function is going to give you kind of like a GPS type look, so you're going to be able to see a map, which is really nice. You can see the bike here. If you go into settings here, you can actually see the brand or the name of the bike, unlock it, lock it, personalize it. If there's kind of any kind of software upgrades, you know, you can go ahead and go here and check. It says that everything is up to date. And I would expect that as they continue to do more with this, you'll be able to get more functionality from the app. Now, the bike has hydraulic fork, but then it has hydraulic brakes. It's one of my favorite braking systems, and it's easy to access here. So like we mentioned before, everything is high up. There's no leaning forward in the bike, so it's very comfortable to ride. And again, if you wanted to, you could have a basket in the front. The cables here, you can see this right here, are really, really nicely managed, so things aren't really all over the place. I like how everything is tucked in nicely together. And then you have the great palm rest that we were talking about here. Screen is highly, highly visible, as we discussed. And then just overall, you can even adjust this tilt even further, but this is kind of perfect for us right now. Gives you a great riding experience. Now, the gear system, as we mentioned, is a Shimano gear system, 7-speed. You do have traditional shifter here to go up, go down. You do have a thumb throttle, which I like. This, again, it's hard to confuse a thumb throttle from the throttles that you have embedded. So here, if you want to go fast or go electric, 100% electric, this is what you would use. If you're using pedal assist, it's just going to kick in. You don't have to worry about it.
All right, guys, so today we're taking a look at a brand new bike from HEYBIKE, and I have to say I love this retro look. Step-through bike, 27-inch, I believe, tires that have I just love the tan and the orange. I never thought that I would be that much into this color. It's the first orange bike that we have on the channel. A couple things that we'll highlight about this bike is, first of all, it does have passive assist or pedal assist modes. So I'm right now running at pedal assist 4, and you can see the overall speed experience that I'm having. Super smooth bike. Love the brown saddle, and then also the wrist support that we have, or palm support, here on the sides. So basically what we have going on is hydraulic brakes, also hydraulic suspension here in the front. We do have some fenders that are worry-free fenders that are going to keep you, in the event that you're in a muddy area or you're going over water, in a good place. A large display here that is going to tell you everything you need to know about this bike. It does have one of the brightest LEDs we've seen on the channel, right? And it also has signals, turning signals, left and right turning signals. And the turning signals, we'll see if we can capture the front. If you can see that right there. Put it around there. There we go. You can see that they're showing up in the front and in the back. So we have, that's a really nice feature. Now this bike has a 7-speed Shimano system. All your gears are easily accessible, and as you can see on this side, you have a thumb throttle as well on this side. You have a traditional, I'd put it almost like old school handlebar. It's not a mountain bike, not BMX, but I would say kind of like an old school type support. Has, like I mentioned here, a light control, up and down from a pedal assist perspective. Also has like functions so you can change things on your menu. And I'm going to actually put in some more pedal assist support. It's a little bit hard. And has great cable management. Overall, great, again, experience when riding this bike. And I love the step-through features. I just like that this is a bike that I find that it's a lot easier for you to get on and off. All right, so next we're going to do is take a look at what is our top speed. I have it on pedal assist 5. And I'm going to do some pedaling to see how fast we can get. Right now I am hitting 19.5 miles an hour as I'm pedaling, 20.6. Wow, that was nice. So max speed came in really quick and easy. I'm going to stop pedaling. I'm going to slow down, right? And then we're going to see how quickly we can speed up. So I'm going to go down to about 7 miles or 5 miles an hour as we have right there. And we're going to see how quickly we can get to top speed. So this is 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 19.3. 20. There you go, 20 miles. That was pretty fast. Overall gearing system is like what you expect with a lot of the e-bikes that we review. You do have easy to shift gears, so I can shift that easily. I get either softer or harder. I prefer 7, especially as I use pedal assist mode. This bike does have a horn, which is really nice, and it's relatively loud. And like I was telling that LED, we're talking about 500 feet in distance, so that's pretty nice as well. Capacity on this, you know, if you're a taller person, you're going to be fine with this. If you're a heavier person, heavier than I am, you'll be fine too. One other nice feature that I like about this bike is that the fact that it does have a luggage rack in the back, so you'll be able to carry some goodies with you as well. Now let's talk about the overall ride experience. We mentioned that it has a 5-speed passive assist mode, and how this bike also has, again, hydraulic brakes, hydraulic suspension. Very comfortable. You can see on the side of my stride here. It does contribute well when it comes to power to human pedaling, as you can see right here. And you can see the speed that I have and how much effort I'm putting in, so I really like that. Now the other thing I like about this posture, I'm going to go down to pedal assist 4 because we're going too fast, is the fact that I don't have to lean forward. So many of the bikes that we review on the channel, especially if they're a mountain bike style, you're kind of hunching over. I like the fact that I can have a straight spine. I can lean back or straighten up as I'm doing the bike thing. This is working out really, really well for me. And also the height of the handlebar is good too. So this is really, really comfortable. Really like it a lot.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.